topic, we should be know why system analysis and design important. So, the system analysis and design is an active field in which analysts repetitively learn new approaches and different techniques for building the system more effectively and efficiently. The primary objective of a system analysis and design is to improve organizational system. In business, system analysis and design refers to the process of examining a business situation with the help of better procedures and methods. System analysis and design relates to shaping organizations, improving performance, and achieving objectives for profitability and growth. The emphasis is on system in action, the relationship among the subsystem and their contribution to meeting a common goal. Organizations have complex system means that it consists of interrelated and interlocking subsystem. Among the positive consequences are improved performance and a feeling of achievement with a quality of information, and among the unanticipated consequences might be a possible threat to employee job, a decreased morale of a personnel due to lack of improvement by the users due to computer illiteracy. That's why the system analyst role is to remove such fears and make the system a success. Hence, the system analysis and design focus mainly on system, processes, and technology. Here I discuss on overview on system analysis and system design. Before system analysis, let us understood what is mean by system design. So, the system design is the process of planning a new business system or one to replace or complement an existing system. But before this planning can be done, we must thoroughly understand the old system and determine how computers can be used to make its operation more effective. Then, system analysis is the process of gathering and interpreting facts, diagnosing problems, and using the information to recommend improvements to the system. Means, system analysis specifies what the system should do. Here we learn various definitions of a system. First, we understood about the history of a system words. The term system is derived from the Greek word systema, which means that organized relationship among the functioning units or components. Definition first, system may be referred to any sets of components which function in interrelated manner for a common cause or objective. Definition second, a system is a group of interacting or interrelated entities that forms a unified whole. And last definition is the system is an orderly grouping of interdependent components linked together according to plan to achieve a specific goal. The study of system concept has a three basic implications. First, a system must be designed to achieve predetermined objective. Second, interrelationship and interdependence must exist among the components. Third, the objective of an organization as a whole have higher priority than objective of its subsystem. Here we can take an example. Computerizing personal applications must conform to the organization's policy on privacy, confidentiality and security as well as making selected data regarding payroll management system available to accounting division on request. Every system has three basic elements, which are nothing but first input, second processor, third output, and remaining elements such as control, feedback, environment, boundaries, and interface also plays important role to building a system. As I told earlier in the slide, the first element is input. Once we know the output, we can easily determine what the input should be. Means input are the information that enters into system for processing. Second, processor. Processor may modify the input totally or partially depending on the specifications of output. Third, output. Determine what the objective or goals are, what we intend to achieve. Means that output is the outcome of a processing. Fourth, control. Control of a system is the decision maker that controls activity of accepting input, processing and producing output. Here we can take an example. In an organizational, context management has a decision making body which controls the inflow, handling and outflow of activities that affects the welfare of a business. Fifth, feedback. The feedback of an output allows it to be measured against some standards and making adjustment in the processing accordingly. Sixth, environment. The environment is the source of external element that have an effect on the system. In fact, it determines how a system must be function. Seventh, boundaries and interface. A system should be defined by its boundaries, the limits that identify its components, processes, and interrelationships when interfaces with another system. Here we can take an example. A teller system in a commercial bank is restricted to the deposits, withdrawals, and related activities of customer checking and saving accounts. Thank you.